Another thing is spreading the message. Sometimes, guess what, guys? You have a big idea? You got to pay for it. One of the things that Brush explained is that they did pay for promoting their videos, and that's one of the things that helped it go viral. So thinking about things like this can make a big difference in the planning of your big ideas. Are you budgeting for, or are you planning out all the individuals that you want to reach out to so that it does go where you want it to go? Okay? So these are some of the things that you might want to think about. Now, I don't spend too much time on the big idea because the big ideas are great and I love them and we have a lot of fun with them, but inevitably what most people need the most help with is our day-to-day. So one of the other things I wanted to mention is, how many of you are familiar with the Clout Perks? Okay, a couple of you. So this is another way to spread a message, okay, is you can actually get people and you can sign up for Clout Perks, which pushes your message out to, and there's been some great case studies about how this has been used to drive traffic to videos, to sign up for new websites, to try different services, and then of course they're tweeting them out after or sharing them on Facebook because they got their perks. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about the day-to-day. Now before I move on, do you have any questions on what we've covered so far? No? We're feeling good? Yeah. Can I get the group head nod?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, how many of you have been hearing about this? How many of you are feeling like, oh, I don't know, is this right for me? Yeah. Pinterest is really an interesting platform. And as you can see, as of January 2012, in the US, they had 11.7 million US visitors, and that's unique. If you look at the chart, I took this yesterday, they're up to 18 million active, unique US users on a daily basis. Is anybody on Pinterest? The greatest time suck of my life. I sit there and I go, oh, I need to make this, or oh, I have to buy this. So just from a consumer perspective, it is, I don't go on until it's after 10 o'clock at night. Because for me, that's exactly what it is. Okay, it's shopping for me. And by the way, that's part of one of the things the research shows that's not up here is, and I love that somebody equated it, is there's a lot more women on there than men. And also it equated it to just that, window shopping, okay, which is fabulous. So I also wanted you guys to see that it is also one of the #7 most popular social networking sites now online. So a couple of things to note is that with Pinterest, what you're doing is you're creating boards. Think of it literally just like a pin board that you would have in your office. And how many of you ever did this? In college, in your office? Yeah, we have one. We have a pin-up board, and we have each client's name on it, right. Information. Okay, so same thing, okay? But what we're doing is, it's kind of a spin on, if you think about, because people will say to me, well, why don't I just keep using Flickr, right?
Big difference.
Big difference, exactly. Because it's a little different from the fact that you're going to pin fun photos. You can use keywords in the descriptions that people can search for. You can tag them. And then I remind people to remember to use your bit.lys, because bit.lys give you the ability to put a short URL in the description and leads them back to your website. And why I love bit.ly is because then it will give you tracking. Right. Exactly. Besides your Google Analytics. So for someone who's got a product line, this might be great, but it's not just for products, guys. I mean, Mashable uses this, HubSpot uses this. It can be really creative for any kind of business, but we got to go back and remember who our customer is, why they're online, and if it's going to work for that personality of your company, okay? And then just to remind you to interact with followers, comment, and repin. So I thought we'd look at 2 of the ones that are out there and talk about who's doing it, who really gets it. So I specifically put 2 fashion companies here. One of them is Alexis Bitar, and they sell jewelry. And the other is Kate Spade, and she sells accessories. And I will have to say, in full disclosure, I love both of them. Okay? So let's look at Alexis Bitar. And really quickly, if you look at it, you can actually see they have a board that says Arts and Inspiration, but then they have things that say a world of Alexis Bitar on Michelle Obama, Alexis Bitar in the press, Alexis Bitar. Do you see a problem with this?
It's all about her.
It's all about him. Actually, he's a him. But it's all about what? The company, right?
It's not about me.
It's not about me, exactly. This is a little different. If you look at Kate Spade's Pinterest page, they really did a great job. Obviously, the clarity of their message is what? Color. But what they've done is they say ride colorfully, dress colorfully, travel colorfully, and they find all these great photos. And no surprise, there's products mixed into all their shots, but it's not about just the products, it's the experience, it's the enjoyment, it's, oh, I want to travel here. So now I'm sharing that pin with my friend, and, oh, did you see the cool bag in the shot? That's why it's much different. So my question is, who gets it?
Kate Spade.
Kate Spade. Now, do you guys see how you can you see how you might be able to use Pinterest? Is anyone using Pinterest?
I signed up, but I noticed that you don't really understand it that much. So go see if you can.
Say that once more.
I signed up for it, but I haven't done it.
You signed up for it, but you, yeah. So when you sign up, you can literally put your logo in, you can give it a name, okay? And what you do is you create the boards. So one of the things by the way, this is not one of my strategies yet for me, but I am going to launch it for a client who's in the travel business, in the scuba travel business, because I want to talk about underwater animals. And I want to talk about, resorts. And of course, then we'll have little descriptions in there about how you can go to all these places. So think about how you might use this. Now, from a B2B perspective, you could actually even have a lot of fun with this, depending upon the personality of your company. We're starting to play with this, but from a B2B perspective, one of the things that I thought would be fun is finding all the different photos I have of all our old logos and talking about, the growth of the company in that way, but pinning up our work, but also identifying what good design is, whether it's on the web or in a room. So that talks about our passion for design. So thinking about creatively from a business perspective, you could have a lot of fun with this if that's the personality of your business and if your clients would enjoy it.